So today we're going to talk a little bit about tempo and how you can implement this into training. So tempo is the natural speed at which we move and implement, such as when we squat, when we bench, when we overhead press, when we deadlift, okay? So you're going to have a natural lifting tempo based on that weight. So if you're lifting a light weight compared to your 1RM, you're going to be able to move that a lot faster than if you're lifting a heavy weight compared to your 1RM, which is going to be a little bit slower and more grinding. The nice thing about tempo is that it's great for beginners to slow a movement down, right? You always hear you got that the saying that you got to crawl before you can walk and you got to walk before you can run. Essentially the same thing when it comes to lifting. You can slow a beginner down when it comes to squatting so they can actually feel the movement and what's going on, or you can speed them up if they're more advanced. More time under tension equals more micro muscle damage. So at the same time, you can use tempo training as a way to induce some hypertrophic effects. So you slow the movement down, you spend more time when that muscle is working. You're going to cause a little bit more micro damage to that muscle, and making sure that your recovery is in check. So making sure your nutrition, your sleep, time between workouts is in check. You can actually gain from doing tempo work. On top of that, tempo work increases your capillary density in the muscle, so that means that more oxygen and gas exchange can take place between your blood and muscles. Therefore, when you're working harder, you can work longer. All right. So tempo is usually written in a certain way, and I have two examples on here: the standard way that it is written, as well as the shorthand way that we write it here. But essentially, we're going to look at the back squat. We're going to go 4 sets of 3 at a 3-3-0-1 tempo. All right. The first number is going to be your eccentric movement, so the down portion of the movement, followed by the pause, followed by the concentric, or the up portion of the movement, followed by a pause. So you would read this as 3 seconds down, 3-second pause in the bottom of a squat, no pause on the way up, so just come out of the bottom of a squat as fast as you can, as comfortably as you can, and then a 1-second pause in between your set or your individual reps, okay? You can also write this as 3-3-X1 with X denoting no pause or as fast as you can out of the bottom, all right? Remember that the eccentric and the concentric movements will change depending on the movement. So on a deadlift, if I wrote this would be at the top of the deadlift, and this would be at the bottom of the deadlift coming up from the floor, all right? We like to shorthand it sometimes too, where if we don't have any pauses, we're just gonna go 3 seconds down, no pause at the bottom, 3 seconds up, and it looks a little bit easier to read than 4 numbers and some times an X, all right? So go ahead and try tempo training to speed things up, slow things down. It's a great method when it comes to teaching someone a new exercise as well as putting on some mass.